I still on?
Yes. And like that. And that's it. Crystal clear.
we pause and reflect on our place in this world. We begin by acknowledging the Attawandaron people on whose traditional territory the University of Guelph now resides. And we offer our respect to their Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and Métis neighbors as we strengthen our relationships with them. Even as we welcome our new Chancellor, we give thanks for those who have come before her. We are grateful for all those whose dedication and passion have shaped this university community, for students, faculty, staff, and administration, and past chancellors. And we are grateful for the many contributions that our new chancellor will bring to our university community. I invite you, each in your own way, to take a moment of silence to recognize that for which you are grateful, or to offer a prayer. May our collective gratitude lead us as a community to generosity and stewardship, and may we be inspired to learn and adapt in our changing world, that our lives may be transformed as we improve life in our communities near and far. May our Chancellor be filled with wisdom as she shares her passion and expertise, and may she have many opportunities to build connections between our university and our city, our province, and our world. May we together contribute to the flourishing of all humanity and more fully discover what it means to be human. May grace and peace abound. Amen. I invite you to be seated.
Well, welcome everyone. My name is Franco Vaccarino, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the President and Vice Chancellor of this great university, and I'm absolutely delighted here today to welcome everyone for this landmark occasion. A special welcome to Chair of the Board of Governors, Kevin Golding, who's with us, University of Guelph past President, Mordecai Rosansky, MPP Liz Sandals, Wellington County Warden Dennis Lever, City of Guelph councillors, and of course, to Dr. Martha Billis. I'd like to also welcome members of the Board of Governors and the Board of Trustees, as well as members of the University Senate and invited dignitaries. We are here today to formally install the 9th Chancellor of the University of Guelph. I'm especially pleased that Dr. Martha Billis has accepted our invitation to become our Chancellor. As many of you know, Martha is an enthusiastic supporter of the University of Guelph, not least because she is one of our own. Martha graduated in 1963 from the Macdonald Institute, which is one of the university's founding colleges. In 2013, fast forward a few years, she returned to accept an honorary degree from the University of Guelph. And Dr. Billis is our first graduate to become our Chancellor. Now, since graduating, she's become a Canadian icon as controlling shareholder of Canadian Tire Corporation. She's also a renowned volunteer and philanthropist whose contributions include the establishment of Jumpstart, an amazing charitable foundation that gives Canadian kids a chance to benefit from sports and to take steps to fulfill their dreams. Martha Billis has a passion for helping others and for inspiring hope and change. Her generosity and stewardship make her an excellent choice as Chancellor of the University of Guelph, an institution with its own long and strong tradition of making a meaningful contribution to society and to improving life. And so, Mr. Chair, in the name of the Senate of this university, I ask you to install Martha Billis as the Chancellor of the University of Guelph. Martha, I ask you to rise for the oath of office. Do you, Martha Billis, pledge yourself to perform the duties of the Chancellor of the University of Guelph as prescribed by law and by the statutes of the university?
I do.
Wonderful. This is fun. Now, in the name of the University of Guelph, I now install you, Martha Billis, in the office of the Chancellor of the University of Guelph. I invest in you with the authority and charge you with the responsibilities pertaining to that office. Congratulations. Well done. I think we get to... We'll take just a brief photo op here. All right. Well, now I'd like to invite the Chair of the Board of Governors, Kevin Golding, to bring greetings on behalf of the board. Kevin.
Thank you very much. Sorry I messed that up, Martha, but we got our picture. So, yeah, thank you, President Vaccarino. Madam Chancellor, it's my pleasure to bring greetings and welcome from the Board of Governors of the University of Guelph, and you can see we're very well represented today. Congratulations on your appointment as Chancellor of this great university, and doubly congratulations on being the first graduate to serve in this role. I think I can speak for the entire board when I say that we look forward to working with you and with the administration of the university to further its goals of teaching, research, and community service. I'm pleased to bring greetings on behalf of Lloyd Longfield, MP for Guelph, who could not be here, and I'll just read out his greetings. I regret that I cannot join you in person tonight to celebrate the installation of Martha Billis as the newest Chancellor of the University of Guelph. Universities play such an important role in advancing Canadian research, mobilizing knowledge, and forming our innovation agenda. It is exciting to have Ms. Billis add her considerable energy and experience to the University of Guelph during this pivotal point in our history. I wish you, Martha, all the best in your new position, and I know as a former alumni of the U of G, you will certainly be a proud promoter of the university and its exceptional students, researchers, and faculty. And I would like now to invite MPP Liz Sandals and City of Guelph Councillor Leanne Piper to present greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone, and congratulations. I'm very pleased to be able to represent Premier Wynne and Deputy Premier Deb Matthews, who's also, of course, the Minister of Advanced Education here this afternoon. And on behalf of all of us, we would like to bring our sincere congratulations, Chancellor Billis. I would say welcome, but of course no welcome to Guelph is necessary. But I must say I'm delighted that we have a Chancellor who actually is a Guelph graduate. I understand that you graduated from Mac in '63. I actually started on campus here as a student in the spring of '66, so 3 years after you graduated. And of course, something quite momentous had happened in those 3 years. This campus had gone from being the original 3 federated colleges to being the University of Guelph. So you will find there are some dramatic changes. But what I always find very interesting is that those 3 founding disciplines, agriculture, veterinary medicine, and the science of food and nutrition, which Mac Institute really founded here on campus, are still very much one of many of the areas of expertise that the University of Guelph continues to hold today. And the emphasis on agri-food and biotech that comes from those 3 founding colleges continues to be a very important focus of the University of Guelph. Of course, having become the University of Guelph, all sorts of wonderful new things in the areas of the arts and the sciences have also flourished here, but the tradition not just of those 3 founding disciplines, but also the tradition of this being a very friendly family feeling to this campus. That, I think everyone agrees, also continues here. So I think you will find yourself right at home. On a sort of a personal note, when I was the Minister of Education, one of our focuses was trying to figure out how we get young people today to be more active. And one of the organizations that we collaborated with was Jumpstart. So while we've never actually met, we actually have your people talk to my people, and we've collaborated. So I want to, I hope that we have many years of collaborating in the future. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm honored to be here on behalf of Guelph City Council and the City of Guelph, and I'm joined here today by some of my fellow councillors, Councillor Alton, Councillor Gordon. On behalf of the City of Guelph, Chancellor Billis, I am pleased to officially welcome you as the 9th Chancellor of the University of Guelph. And we are extremely privileged to have a Chancellor of this university who is an icon of Canadian business and who is also a philanthropist, a volunteer, and a community builder. Chancellor Billes earned tremendous success while shattering stereotypes along the way, and of course, you are an alumna of the University of Guelph, and as an alumna myself, I'm extremely proud to have you representing the university. As Chancellor, Ms. Billes will be an inspiration to students, the next generations of leaders who will be looking to make a difference in their communities and in the world. This is an incredible position to be in, and Chancellor Billes will be an incredible ambassador for the university on a global level. The City of Guelph has always been tremendously proud to be the home of the University of Guelph. The city and the university have an excellent relationship, one that is the envy of many other college and university towns across Canada. Quite simply, this university is not just located in Guelph, it is a fundamental part of the heart and soul of our city. So it is with great pleasure, Chancellor Billes, that on behalf of Guelph City Council and the City of Guelph, I offer you a warm welcome, or rather a welcome back, to our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those kind comments. And now we'd like to invite representatives from the University of Guelph community to present greetings as well.
Good afternoon. As a University of Guelph graduate and as president of the University of Guelph Alumni Association and a participant in this historical making celebration, I'm honored to be here today. Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Gorman and I'm pleased to bring alumni greetings and officially welcome Chancellor Billes back as head of the University of Guelph. Just like family, we are proud of our roots, and we're especially proud of one of our own taking on such an important role. As the first University of Guelph graduate to become Chancellor, Martha Billes' roots run deep, all the way back to her days as a student as one of the University of Guelph's founding colleges, the Macdonald Institute. The University of Guelph Alumni Association Board of Directors was so proud to put Martha's name forward to be considered as Chancellor, and not just because we hoped we might get some free Canadian Tire money out of the deal. We knew that Martha Billes is a leader who embodies the characteristics that we have come to expect from our most esteemed alumni. She is a shining example of what it means to improve life for others. She makes it a personal priority to give back to her community. I can't imagine a more perfect choice for the University of Guelph's new Chancellor. On behalf of the alumni family, 142,000 strong, living in 150 different countries, welcome home, Chancellor Billes. Congratulations.
Chancellor Billes, President Vaccarino, Chair of the Board of Governors Golding, colleagues, honored guests. My name is Bill Cormack. As President of the University of Guelph Faculty Association, I have the honor of bringing greetings today from some 800 faculty members, librarians, and veterinarians. Madam Chancellor, Guelph's faculty and academic staff welcome you to a vibrant and diverse academic community, and they thank you for agreeing to take on this important responsibility with the university. The Chancellor represents both the community as well as the institution. We are sure you will excel in this crucial role. The University of Guelph Strategic Framework document refers to the unique culture here at Guelph. This culture is characterized not only by scholarly excellence and the steadfast pursuit of knowledge, but also by compassion, cooperation, and social responsibility. As such, it reflects the efforts and values of its faculty and academic staff. This culture emerged and has flourished as the result of academic freedom, and its continuation depends on this principle. Madame Chancellor, we know that you will support and defend academic freedom at Guelph. Faculty members, librarians, and veterinarians are the heart of the University of Guelph. The university's success, its national prestige, and its international reputation have been built on their talent, their creativity, and their dedication as researchers, as clinicians, as information technologists, and as teachers. Faculty and academic staff look forward to a long and happy relationship with you as Guelph's Chancellor. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Liz Cherry. I'm the President of United Steelworkers Local 4120. I'm also a graduate myself, as well as an ongoing student. It's with great pleasure that I bring greetings to you from the labour groups at the University of Guelph. As an alumnum yourself, rather than welcome you, I would welcome you home. I'm sure, like so many other graduates of Guelph, many of whom are also staff here, that you no doubt consider your alma mater your home. Despite its physical growth over the years, a change that I'm sure you have noticed since your undergraduate days here, the university also has somewhat of a small town feel. It's a close-knit community of students, staff, faculty and administration. And inevitably, when you mention that you're from Guelph in a discussion with a new acquaintance, it doesn't take long for you to both identify someone you know from the University of Guelph. It is no secret that the labour movement is passionate and dedicated to the health and safety of workers, not only our own members, but all workers around the world. In a similar vein, the university has a long-standing commitment towards sustainability and ethical purchasing. The labour groups have a request of you, Chancellor. In your business life, we would ask that you use your influence to encourage businesses such as Canadian Tire and Marks Workwear to employ full transparency disclosure on all factories, suppliers and subcontractors so that we can avoid any further disasters such as the Rana Plaza. Let us work together to make the world a safer place. I trust that you will feel welcomed back in your role as Chancellor here at the university and again feel part of this diverse, vibrant and socially conscious community. Congratulations.
Thank you. My name is Danielle Little, and as a University of Guelph alumnus, current graduate student, and President and CEO of the Graduate Students Association, the GSA, I am delighted to be here this afternoon to officially welcome Chancellor Billis to our esteemed University of Guelph community. Chancellor Billis, please take it from me that you have a vibrant, engaged, and dedicated community of graduate students in your corner as you embark on this next chapter of your inspiring leadership journey here at the University of Guelph. Our graduate student community is a comparatively small one, but a mighty one. The approximately 2,200 of us are working on campus, across Canada, across borders, and overseas to solve the world's mysteries, issues, and threats. In doing so, we've changed lives close to home and far away through our many achievements. However, we do not work alone, but in collaboration with our faculty, staff, and fellow students, the Guelph community, and our Canadian and international friends. Us graduate students are honored to be a part of this supportive, collaborative, and productive community, and even more honored now to follow your lead in advancing it. On that note, in preparing for this afternoon's ceremony, I considered the desired characteristics of a University of Guelph Chancellor, and I was proud to read a list of characteristics that the university, and especially the GSA, empowers its graduate students to strive to be. Specifically, the GSA aims to advance the academic goals and professional and personal development of the University of Guelph graduate student body by providing key academic, social, and financial resources. The GSA strives to ensure the accessibility of these resources and to responsibly articulate the interests of graduate students to the appropriate persons and organizations. As a bottom line, the GSA is committed to the pursuit of a system of first-class graduate education, and Chancellor Billis, we are excited to work with you in this pursuit. In closing, on behalf of the University of Guelph Graduate Students Association and all of the University of Guelph's graduate students, welcome to our University of Guelph family.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chelsea Mulvale, and I'm a recent graduate and the current president of the University of Guelph Central Student Association. My roles at the Central Student Association are structured around public relations, finances, and operations. The Central Student Association is the central governing body for undergraduate students here at the University of Guelph. It is our job as an executive to actively work to improve student life, represent students' needs, and work with the various stakeholders to create change within the university, as well as at the local, provincial, and Canadian government levels. It is my pleasure to be here and to join you all in welcoming Martha Billis as our new Chancellor of the University of Guelph. Chancellor, it is very exciting to know that you are a Guelph grad. Though much has changed over the years, many of the core values have remained the same. I'm happy to say that our campus continues to be political, fosters community, and strives to improve life for all students. We look forward to hearing your perspective as you reacquaint yourself with the university campus. On the behalf of the CSA and undergraduate students, I'd like to welcome you and wish you well as you transition into your role as Chancellor. Thank you.
Thank you to all of the speakers. Chancellor Billis, as you can see, the community of support lies not just within the borders of the University of Guelph, but extends to the city and the province as well. I can say with confidence, we're all ready to work with you as we advance the University of Guelph forward in years to come.
I'd like to now invite Chancellor Martha Billis to give remarks. Chancellor Billis.
President Vaccarino, Mr. Chairman of the Board, members of the Board and Senate, members of provincial and municipal governments, honorary fellows, university leaders and delegates, faculty, alumni, donors, students, staff, relatives, and friends. Good afternoon. How good it feels to be back at the University of Guelph. I'm especially honored to be the first graduate to serve as Chancellor. 54 years ago, I received my University of Toronto degree from Macdonald Institute, as you know, one of the university's founding colleges. 50 years later, in 2013, I returned to Guelph to receive an honorary degree. I was truly honored to be recognized by my alma mater in this manner. When I spoke to the graduands 4 years ago, I said that I felt a mix of pride and humility. Proud because of being recognized through an honorary degree, and humbled because I was certain that many others were infinitely more deserving than I. Today brings that same mix of feelings. I am so very proud to be asked to represent this institution to the outside world, and I am humbled because I know that so many others are equally capable of wearing those shoes and cap and gown. I thank the university for conferring this honor upon me. What does it mean to me to serve as Chancellor of this university? To answer that question, I'd like to take you back to my earlier studies here on campus. That was the early 60s, of course, just before the University of Guelph was established. We were called Mac girls then. I know that a few of my Mac classmates are here today. I am sure that they too remember trekking across campus on bitter cold mornings for 8 a.m. lectures in the zoology building. I remember a fall morning when there was a delay in completion of a summer renovation to the old zoo building. Indeed, as we climbed the stairs covered in plaster dust, entered the cool lecture hall, and there were no lights. There was no power. Yet, as scheduled, the lecturer went on, with our prof discussing creation versus evolution, His voice rising in crescendo, he uttered the words, "And God said, let there be light." Flash. Just as he spoke and the contractors turned on the power. I have my memories of our class dance in the Mac Hall common room when the Aggie boys set dozens of pigeons loose. I think about what Dean Margaret McCready would oft-times say to us. She had lots of advice, of course, but we would never forget this one line. Remember, ladies, you are Mac girls, and Mac girls can do anything. That line has stuck with me long, long after graduation. So there I was in '63, armed with a new Bachelor of Science degree. What to do next? Some context. You need to know that I'd grown up as the youngest child and only daughter amongst 3 siblings, or actually 4 siblings if you count Canadian Tire as a sibling, and it was. I care passionately about Canadian Tire. Whenever the opportunity presents itself, as it does right now, I like to point out that Canadian Tire is my life, and it has been part of my life forever. I have vivid memories from the 1950s of family dinners being disrupted by a phone call, and sometimes our entire family, mother, father, my 2 brothers, and me, all piled into the car as Dad rushed off to investigate a trouble spot. At our dinner table were born some of the company's most revolutionary ideas, including the concept of Canadian Tire money. The company shared our meals, our minds, and our hearts. For me, as the teen daughter of one of the founders, I understood that the untimely death of my Uncle Bill, J.W., in 1956 had made some dramatic changes in my dad's life and in the business. My father had lost his partner and brother, and henceforth an unyielding trust was to take his place. No one back then could begin to imagine the upheaval which was to evolve over the ensuing 2.5 decades, precipitated by the Will Trust for Charities. But in 1958, my dad and mum made sure that all their 3 kids, as they referred to me and my 2 brothers, were to be shareholders in Canadian Tire and equals. I'm getting ahead of myself. So there I was in '63 with that new degree. My father was Canadian Tire president, but there was no room for me at the company unless I wanted to be 3 stories below street grade in the employee cafeteria working in a windowless concrete shell. No way. While at Guelph, I was enthralled with the study of early childhood education. And I'd also done well in biochemistry. So instead of heading for the Canadian Tire concrete sub-basement, I took a job in a research lab at Lever Brothers and later joined the Ontario Research Foundation. That work was interesting and challenging, but a few years later, I chose to resign and take a huge leap. I had decided that I wanted to go back to work with kids. I earned my teaching certificate in short order. I had a gift, and I loved working with young minds. Years passed. By 1980, I was living in Calgary, a mom, a former teacher, and an entrepreneur soon to be acknowledged by Peter C. Newman as one of the blue-eyed sheiks in his historical tale of the Canadian oil patch. You must now be wondering, how did she get from there back to the family business? Life is pretty amazing, isn't it? A long story made short. Part 1. By that spring of 1980, pressure from impending legal action by my uncle's charitable beneficiaries was being felt not only in our family, but in the corporation. It was 17 years since that offer to work in the sub-basement cafeteria And now I was finally asked to join Canadian Tire, and when I did, I entered upstairs in the boardroom. Canada was growing fast. Canadian Tire was thriving. And now the beneficiary charities of my uncle's will were about to break that will, sell Uncle Bill's CTC shares. The AJ family surely did need Martha. My father resigned his board position in order to make a place for me. My brothers had been directors since the mid-1960s, but by 1980, my father, together with the two of them, had come to realize that they needed the strength that I could bring to the table, and thus my life changed forever. I joined our family's strategic planning with enthusiasm. I had purpose, and I was determined not to let the business slip out of family hands. That determination paid off on October 3, 1983, with we three kids purchasing the estate trust's 30% block of common shares. The charities got their capital, and Canadian Tire did stay in the family. A long story made shorter. Part 2. Life does not always go as we plan. 14 years later, both my brothers decided to exit the company. Their shares were within my grasp. All I needed was, well, yeah, the money. It will be 20 years ago, this coming August 1st, that many, many people who did not know me well were wondering why I suddenly acquired control of the company. Those who did not know me did not understand, but it was a bold and a risky personal step. I had up and put every bit of capital I had into the company to buy out my brothers. For me, it was a simple act of fulfilling a young girl's dream, although for the capital markets of Canada, it was somewhat astounding. But nothing ventured, nothing gained, as I had learned from my father. I think I shall put that down for my tombstone epitaph. Margaret McCready was right. Mac girls really could do anything. She and our professors were teaching us facts, but they were also opening our eyes to the world. It was at Mac that our world broadened. Our tri-college professors engendered in us a desire to learn, but more importantly, they were always pulling us forward and inspiring us to look way, way ahead. It was our first year microbiology professor who told us that with our then current level of overuse and indiscriminate use of antibiotics, in another 50 years, superbugs would have evolved, and they would not be contained by antibiotics, even with the development of future new drugs. And look now what has happened. Almost 60 years on, we are facing C. difficile and other superbugs. We were learning not just for learning's sake, although there's value in that too. We were acquiring knowledge, which was preparing us for the real world's problems, way off and beyond this campus's borders. Since the days of its founding colleges, the University of Guelph has been a leader in practical education. The university is also known for fostering an environment that encourages its community of students, faculty, staff, and graduates to aim higher, to make things better, to be more productive, to improve life. A University of Guelph education opens up doors for us and offers windows on the world. But it's more than learning or research alone. A University of Guelph education also affords you opportunities to make a positive difference. The education which I received here gave me the courage to go out and strive beyond what I thought I could accomplish, to turn preconceived notions on their head, to make a difference in the boardroom. It was 1983 when I had immediately taken up working for the best corporate governance, and because of the passion I inherited from my father, I had wanted to enhance our responsibility to the community. We registered a CTC charity, the Child Protection Foundation. Ultimately, in 2005, we relaunched it as Jumpstart. Jumpstart gives all Canadian kids a chance to benefit from individual and team sports and to benefit from the power of sport to fulfill their dreams. The foundation receives significant funding from the corporation itself, together with its dealers, agents, employees, and subsidiaries, and vendor corporations from around the world. Jumpstart is supported by citizens young and old and numerous levels of government across Canada. Since 2005, Jumpstart has distributed more than $135 million and helped, as of noon today, 1,446,623 Canadian kids get in the game. The foundation has given me an opportunity to work with and for kids, and I know it also has its roots in some of those early childhood education learnings which I received here in Guelph. Opening eyes, making things better, improving life. Half a century later, those things are still happening here at this great institution. Just one example is the new Food from Thought project, supported by nearly $77 million in federal funding, along with the new Arrol Food Institute, launched this year with $20 million from the Arrol Family Foundation and matching funds from the university and other partners. What's it all for? Feeding our growing world in ways that sustain our natural resources. We all know about the need to protect and sustain our environment. I remember our microbiology professor telling us that we needed to work with nature, not against it. That was the same prof who warned us about superbugs about 60 years ago. Even earlier, I remember doing a grade school. Oh gee, I didn't go to grad school, I got honorary degrees. A grade school project about food around the world. That was the 1950s. The message then was that our exponential population growth was causing us to be unable to feed the world in the future. Today, we are reading ongoing headlines about drought and famine in various African countries. What's the difference? Well, there is hope, for one thing. I am at Guelph, Canada's Food University, and I see hope. This is a great institution with a long and strong tradition of making a meaningful contribution to our society. It is particularly our responsibility as a university to inspire hope in various ways, through research, through teaching, through community service. I believe in the power of education at all levels, including university education, and I believe that the University of Guelph in particular is in the right place at the right time to build on our strengths, to make a difference, and to improve life for ourselves and for others. You know, at Jumpstart, we have athletes as ambassadors, a very special group, including Olympic medalists such as Haley Wickenheiser, Rosie McLennan, Damian Warner, and accomplished celebrities such as Jonathan Taves, Connor McDavid, and Wayne Gretzky. Our ambassadors help out at events and make guest appearances telling the Jumpstart story. Today, I am proud to be asked to represent this institution to Canadians and beyond. Proud to accept the challenge and opportunity to become an ambassador, to tell the story of this University of Guelph to the world. I thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor Billis, for taking us all on your very personal journey. And before I deliver my final remarks, and also as an opportunity for reflection on your own story, your journey and your thoughts, I'd like to invite our University of Guelph Chamber Singers to entertain us with a musical selection. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for that wonderful musical selection. Thank you again, Madam Chancellor, for taking us on your personal journey. In a way, as I was listening to your words, it was a universal journey of sorts, and I was thinking that, and I suspect that there are many in this room, as we reflect on our own journeys through our lives, there are juncture points moments where you plan, but really it's how we respond to those moments that are unplanned and unexpected, and how we respond in those junctures, and it's those moments that often actually define our life in very powerful ways. So this was a universal journey for all of us as we look for hope and inspiration and to better our lives. I believe, as you do, that it's the role of a university, and of the University of Guelph in particular, to inspire hope and to lead the way in improving lives and prospects for our students and for society. And one of the expressions that I like to use, and I've shared it in various remarks that I've given over the last couple of years, is the expression, the upside of uncertainty. We often, when we talk about uncertainty, we often think of it in a negative way, the downside of uncertainty. But universities are really all about the upside of uncertainty. And what is the upside of uncertainty? Well, the downside, of course, is fear, anxiety, fear of the unknown. The upside is hope and discovery. And that's what universities are all about. They're about adapting to change, especially in a fast-changing world like we live in a healthy way. We see many examples of unhealthy adaptation in the world today, but there's also examples of healthy adaptation. That's what universities in many ways are about. Madam Chancellor, I'm absolutely delighted that you will be our ambassador to share our story with the world. Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, that concludes the formal installation ceremony today, and I declare that this ceremony is dismissed. Thank you very, very much.